I see anyway. So as I grow myself differently, I feel it's much more how I learn the key architectures of life over here, where I'm learning that it's more how I need to love my life. So as I really love my life differently, I'm learning to become something for free. I'm learning to become a free act of courage because I see how other people are treating me, and I see how other people are learning about me in different ways. And I'm learning how I have a YouTube channel, and on the YouTube channel I want to do 1 hour a day of YouTubing at least, to be able to go and grow myself differently. So it's more how I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, it's more how I need to go and love myself anyway. So I love myself differently. I'm consuming content. I'm doing nice and beautiful ways of life with my audio programs. But something tells me that I have to keep going with my audio programs as well. And it's much more how I feel that nothing's trying to make me resist anything. But I'm staying positive with everything. I'm staying in clues of life where I'm learning that nice and beautiful architecture of being alive and well in terms of what I'm doing. And you guys have to understand straight away that if you're learning to watch images, then how long do you want to watch images for? Because there's a lot of images that you can see right in Netflix. And as I really grow myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to deliver informational services. And I'm looking to study about life. I mean, if you're studying about life and if you really want to grow yourself differently, I feel that other people get into the zone of acting on screens and they are just acting in accordance to getting up on screen and doing something. And I'm learning how to grow myself. But they're all working. I mean, they're working on producing films for people. But some become real stars about their way of progress. But most people never ever become something very big because they need a YouTube channel and they need to be on a TV show mostly. So on a TV show mostly I feel no matter what that if you want to promote yourself on TV, then it has to be something of education. And I feel that no matter what that I'm looking to help myself to succeed. So I'm learning the differences between life and how life is treating me and how I'm learning to live my life to the best of my degree, because you guys need to live your life to the best of your degree as well, and you have to learn how to live life in that state of remembrance where you're learning how to grow yourself differently is what I mean. So if you're learning how to mean something great for yourself and you're learning that you're doing your nice and beautiful life ahead of the game and you're enjoying your life differently, and I mean you're making sure that you're loving your life in ways of recollection with your life, then guess what? I probably should just realize every single day you're looking for a better way of helping yourself to absorb the information. So if you're absorbing information, then you're actually understanding that it's much more how you have to talk positively with yourself all day long, yeah? Probably it's the only task you have in life. But every single day I'm understanding straight away how I need to go and grow myself regardless of the situation. And I need to speak more words regardless. So I'm understanding straight away that as I really grow myself in a powerful manner, I'm looking to help myself to deliver content. So that delivering of content is over delivering. I'm over delivering on YouTube, I promise you. I promise you, if I upload 1 hour videos online, I promise you it's more how I can see it straight away. How I'm over delivering content. And I ask Jesus Christ what to do. I mean, Jesus Christ says that's the thing. I mean, how much are you willing to upload online on YouTube? I mean, they're saying I'm over delivering content, so I have to find a source. I have to find a source of information where people can find all my nice and beautiful podcasts and everything. I can put it on Spotify, but on Spotify it's too much to upload. I realize it's so much to upload. So what I'm understanding is SoundCloud is somewhere I can upload it is Mega Drive. So Mega Drive is the perfect place to upload it. I see now if I want to do it more than that, approach now, that's the thing. That's the thing. So YouTube is the next one that shows me that people can start to listen to me in a YouTube video here and there. And I'm learning how to grow myself differently on YouTube. But it's more how I feel. I feel that there's a nice and beautiful podcast going. And it's more how I feel that over the phone contact with other people is how you can actually summon up something to work together to love your life differently, and you're actually learning about differences of people, and you're learning to have a beautiful art form with yourself in the with yourself in the photo. Then you'll actually understand straight away in how you can grow yourself differently, and you're never worrying yourself, but you're looking at different ways of being, and you're enjoying your life differently. Yeah, actually that's all you're doing with your life, is trying to look better and trying to feel better and trying to understand straight away how you feel about life. Enjoy your life differently and make sure you're doing something nice and beautiful for yourself. So you can understand that if people are trying to ridicule you and trying to make you negative, or they're trying to make you, let's say, jealous of them, or let's say if they're trying to make you, let's say, anything worse off than before, then just understand to mind your own business and let them do what they want to do to you, and never be afraid for anything. I'm never afraid to return to the crowd that I was with. I promise you, although I'm understanding something, I'm understanding that it's much more how I feel. I feel different, so I never need to return to anybody, because I never need to be in their life, and that's it. I never need to be in their life in the first place. I never asked to be in their life, and that's it. Right now, because I'm understanding something about my life, and I'm understanding how I can watch Netflix really quickly, I'm learning very quickly about the act of painting a picture. I'm painting pictures for life. How do I do that? I do that differently. I make sure, anyway, that what I want to do is perform and outperform myself to be the greatest in history, to be able to conform to my life over here in different ways. And now I understand if I go and make a kid now, then I can make a kid right now, but then I have to live in Australia for the rest of my life. I'm probably now, what do I want? Do I want to live with my mum, or do I want to live in Australia? I'd rather live with my mum. I'd rather just go live with her for a bit. And it's much more how time bypasses. I see time bypasses really quickly, and it's much more how I feel that I'm learning very quickly about life itself. So I'm learning to help myself to love life, and love life differently, and I'm learning the key aspects of life differently to help myself to improve myself. And that's why I'm understanding straight away how to live life much greater. So the best thing I can do right now is just Netflix and talk to you, and I'm consuming my time the best way I can right now while I'm actually talking to you and while I'm actually doing life much greater than what is going on. I'm actually understanding straight away how I feel that life is different for me now. I'm learning to overcome sexual temptation. I never need to have sex with other people anymore. I mean, there's sin. I never need to have sex at all with other people. I have no worries about anything. I feel my life is greater and greater. And I feel that no matter what, I have to learn and grow for myself. And I feel that it's much more how I feel, that I'm growing myself differently and I'm learning to promote myself and I'm learning to have that nice and beautiful orchestration to do greater and greater. So I'm understanding straight away how I feel, and I can see straight away how I need to go and develop. I need to develop my life differently. I need to develop something for life. I need to enjoy myself differently, to help explain for myself to love my life. I realize I have to love my life differently and I have to enjoy my life in ways that I only can, so I can dwell upon my life in the best kind of way. And I have to enjoy myself, guys. I have to enjoy being able to live my life to the best of my ability. And that's all I have to do, guys, is show myself much more appreciation and much more ways of life differently. And if you are somebody who's laying around while talking, then talk and you shall walk the talk. I mean, talk in a way that's actually promoting your life forward and in a way that's actually helping you to actually grow. So if you're talking while you're actually laying down, then just talk in a way that talk in a way that's promoting you, and learn to understand to be a fraction much more better in terms of how you actually appear with people up online. So go and really study about people and learn to read and read and read and consume content that people are giving you. So I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about how to grow myself. Yeah, I'm learning how to grow myself in different occasions, and I'm learning to see how I learn to have images of my life anyway. So what I'm doing is learning. I'm learning how to see how people did achieve one image more than me in life, and it's much more how everybody has a different lifestyle. And I'm understanding straight away how I feel. I feel different. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning something different about my life. And you guys have to learn something different about your life as well. So if you want to learn something about your life, then you have to learn your differences about life, and you have to learn key tactics of skills and trends, and you have to learn how it feels and how it is to grow your life differently, and you have to go and grow yourself differently, guys. But that's the whole occasion. I mean, the whole occasion is learn to read something while actually producing content. And while you produce content, you're actually looking forward to a day of life with Danny Milivojevic, and that way you're doing something nice and beautiful for yourself as well. We're actually talking on, you're talking on a clue path where you're having a talking on period with yourself, and you're enjoying yourself in your life, and you're making sure that you're in the words of life daily, and you're making sure that you're growing yourself regardless of the situation. So that's how I see life. I see life differently. I see life is making its way forward, and I'm learning how to penetrate life much greater. But that's why I'm learning very quickly about learning how to update my personal trend online. I'm learning how to grow myself online quickly, and I have to give money to gain internet to study upon helping myself to upload all this content online. And that's just uploading online all day long into YouTube, but it's already into my Mega Drive, and it's all in my Mega Drive already. But people are unaware of it. I mean, people are unaware of it, so how can I make people aware of it? I promise you, people are aware of it in some occasions. They are aware that they need to upload, and that they need to come into my audio programs, and that they need to see my audio programs on my file list, and that they need to read all day long what that is, and they have to go and see straight away how to live life. And it's much more how I feel that I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm doing a nice and beautiful stock cast with myself, with my nice and beautiful potential. I'm learning nice and beautiful ways of life over here. I'm learning to just go and grow myself differently, and I'm learning to breathe in between what I say, because that way I'm learning how to do greater. And I never need a cigarette because I need to go and do much greater than that. And that way I'm learning very quickly about life. But what you need to do is help yourself to deliver information services and help yourself to love life differently. I mean, what you guys need to do is help yourself to live life differently in accordance to your law, and learn to appreciate yourself. I mean, learn to appreciate yourself, to never need pleasure of this world. I mean, try to delay pleasure of this world, guys, as much as you can. I mean, try to understand that it's much more how you have to feel your way doing much better and much more positively, enjoying your life, and you have to understand straight away how you need to grow yourself anyway. So if you're growing yourself differently, guys, that you're enjoying yourself the best way you can, and that you're seeing straight away how to feel your way throughout life, is what I mean. See, anyway. See, so it's much more how I can have some phone sex. I see phone sex. I see it's much more how I feel that if you have phone sex with people, that's much more how you need to grow yourself differently. And what do you feel like doing? I mean, do you feel like having sex with yourself or what? I mean, make sure you understand that no matter what, that I never feel like having sex with myself, but it's much more how you guys need to enjoy yourself anyway. And if you enjoy yourself, then make sure you're going and delivering content in ways that is going to improve you, and just enjoy yourself differently, guys. So evacuate systems and go and really strike upon yourself to have a greater time with yourself. And the only way to do that is to never suffer, but to learn how to have the dictionary in mind. That is your top situation. So you're just enjoying yourself differently, and you're looking for ways to improve. So if you understand straight away how you're learning to grow yourself differently, and you're 100% on point with yourself, then you're actually understanding something about life, that you can see straight away how you need to go and do your life much greater. So anyway, so what I want to do now is I just want to consume content. I want to consume something of content so I can do my life greater. And just never fall into boredom, guys. I mean, just make sure that you can do something to help yourself to succeed. So make sure you understand straight away that you have to learn how to grow yourself. So for myself over here, I'm learning to coexist, to keep reading on, and I keep doing my life much greater for myself to understand how I'm learning about life. And since I'm learning about life, I'm learning to understand straight away the key attraction, which is just learning about privacy and learning about having more time to myself. But just try to delay gratification as much as you can, and try to love your life much more. Just learn that other people can never satisfy you, and other people can never ever complete you. But your words that you talk can complete you. So I promise you, it's the best way to have a conversation with yourself all day long. Is talk to yourself all day long. Just talk to yourself rather than other people, because there's no time for other people, but there's time for yourself all the time. So just learn how to appreciate yourself in a greater light and greater fascination. I think there's a greater fascination, light, value, and learn to suss out what you need to do daily to help yourself to do greater. So masturbate less, guys, and also try to do greater in terms of life. But try to delay gratification as much as you can. So I'm reading over here with nice and beautiful ways of life. I see queen smoking over here. I see over here. I understand straight away how it feels to be alone throughout life, but I'm never afraid of anything. I'm understanding straight away how I have life to myself over here, and I can consume content as much as I like. But it's more how I feel. That eventually you have to consume content on your own, and you have to be on your own. So make sure that you live life to the greatest extent that you can without smoking cigarettes, guys. So make sure that you understand straight away to never put yourself in the drug epidemic. Make sure that you're never doing drugs, and just make sure you're never doing illegal drugs either, so that you can go and be a greater version of yourself. Because when you're a greater version of yourself, then you deserve freedom and love and courage. So it's much more how I feel. That you must understand that as you grow yourself, you shall find and you shall come to pass in a way that's according to plan, and you shall find yourself much more greater along life, and along the life that you have to give is something that's actually rich in your favor. So if you're learning how to look at images, for example, learn to understand straight away how those images are helping you. So as I look at this nice and beautiful TV show over here, and I see its images, I see how people are treating each other. And that's something that teaches me about life in images, about what life is. And I'm learning something about life. I'm learning to develop people's core strength abilities through watching them and what they're doing around images of people and stuff like that. So everything's nice and beautiful for myself. So it's all how I feel. So as I grow myself differently, I'm learning to evacuate systems, and I'm making sure I'm looking to increase my line of solidarity, and I'm learning to be much more in the trends of life with people. And people never care about how I am now. They care about how I was. And I understand that. But it's more how I feel. So eventually, if nobody kills me, I promise you they get to forgive me. I promise you, although it's more how they have to forgive themselves over here. Because if you have a grudge against somebody, then it's more how you have a grudge against yourself. And it's never that you have a grudge against me, but it's more that you have a grudge against yourself here. And you must understand that words sum up the power to kill somebody. So make sure you're never talking about killing somebody, and make sure you're never serious about it. make sure you're never serious. Make sure you're never serious about killing somebody, but be serious about success. Be serious about success, so you can deliver content much quicker. So, just develop your life in freedom. Just develop your life to have much more success daily, so you can understand straight away how you feel. So understand straight away that if you want to do life much greater, then understand straight away that you need to go and develop strength and core ability. You have to develop strength and core abilities to succeed, and understand that no matter what, the money is never the way to happiness, but the way to happiness is to speak more words clearly. Of course, your pleasure is never the way to happiness either. So make sure you understand straight away that pleasure is something that comes in the form of this world. But pleasure is the words you speak only. If you can go and live in the words you speak, then you can also gravitate toward a greater life for yourself. And it just works out for you to understand that. So what I'm doing every single day is I'm learning how to focus upon helping myself to deliver content. So it's much more how I feel, that I'm learning very quickly about life. And as I'm on medications at the moment, I'm making sure you understand straight away that I need to get off the medications as soon as possible to be able to create sperm, because the medications is something that lowers my sperm level. So is the drive in the sperm? Well, shit, that's the thing about me. I understand that they put me on medications now, and maybe that's why I have been recoiling this kind of life, because the medications is something that is maybe slowing me down throughout life. And I see that to be a fact, that ever since the medication came into play, that I felt weak. I feel physically weak for some reason to produce music and to do my life physically and stuff like that. So it's something I can speak to a doctor about. So it's much more how I feel, that I asked Jesus Christ about that. Is it paliperidone? Does the paliperidone make people physically weak? See, season 3, episode 19. I see now, Jesus Christ says that you can make you physically weak. The sperm count has dropped, in terms of my sperm count has gone downhill. So I say, does paliperidone make you weaker? I see now the side effects of Invega. So I see, so now I'm learning to see exactly what's happening around here. I'm learning how to do much greater for myself. See, so side effects is right here. I see, so it's much more how I feel, that no matter what, that I'm looking for a better way of life. I'm looking to help myself to explain that it's much more how I feel. I see, so people are saying over here that I can see, does Invega cause muscle weakness? I see, get medical help right away if you have any of the following symptoms, like fever or muscle stiffness or pain, tenderness and weakness, and severe tiredness, and severe confusion, and sweating, and fast irregular heartbeat or dark urine, changing the manner of urine. I see now, it's much more how I feel. I see in Vega. I see in Vega can make some people feel dizzy and sleepy and less alert to life. And now, is it making my words less alert? Probably not. Probably, is it affecting me really? Probably not. Probably my words are here. Probably I'm listening to my words. I have my words to speak, so since I have words to speak, I mean, how can it affect my words, huh? Probably not. Probably never affects my words. Probably you must understand, so is this my life now? I'm probably should ask Jesus Christ, is this my life? I mean, Jesus Christ says, yeah. I mean, what can I do? I mean, I ask Jesus Christ, what can I do now in the next few steps to make my life better? I see Jesus Christ says, well, first of all, I need to go and develop a greater attitude toward life. I need to speak much more words. And I need to do better with everything. And I need to make sure I'm always eating and drinking what I need to do in life. And I'm learning how to have myself a greater time for myself. So I never need canola butter anymore. I never eat canola butter. I never eat anything at the nursery home station over there, unless it's chickpeas. I can eat chickpeas. I can eat. I never eat potato and gravy. I can eat green peas, and I can eat what else? I see carrot. I say I can eat carrots, but the thing is, I'm learning something different. That I stay away from carrots as much as I can. And what can I eat over here? I see it's much more how I feel. The temptation to live my life. But I see straight away how my sex drive over here is my words now. I don't know if my words is my sex drive. I mean, I can just imagine having a wife now. I mean, what do we do, honey? I mean, what can we do? I mean, just talk much more words. I mean, talk much more words with me. I mean, let's have a conversation all day long. I mean, let's have a conversation. I mean, let's interest each other. I mean, let's be curious about each other. I mean, what do you love about this guy and what do you love about her or him? I mean, what do you do about this guy over here? I mean, do you believe he's sexy? I mean, what else can you do? I mean, how about here? I mean, would you do this? I mean, how about this? I mean, what? I mean, do you want a pet? I mean, do you want a pet? I mean, maybe we can have a companion with us. I mean, what do you want to eat? I mean, do you want me to cook dinner for today? I mean, do you want me to make sure everything is nice and sweet for you? I mean, write me 5 lists of goals you want me to do for you today, so that I'll lay the pressure off your back for yourself, so that you have something greater for yourself. I mean, you're saying, I mean, what else can you do? I mean, learn how to ask questions. I mean, learn to stick together. I mean, learn to understand straight away that you have to develop your sense of freedom. I mean, what do you want to watch? When you want to watch the news channel, I mean, you want to go and when you want to go for a walk, I mean, let's go for a walk for a bit. I mean, let's go sit down for a walk for a little bit. Alright? I mean, do you want to help me? Do you want to have some sex for a bit? I mean, do you want to have some good sex tonight? I mean, do you want to have some good sex in the morning, or do you want to have sex in the afternoon? I mean, what is it? I mean, what kind of idea can I give you that's going to help you? I mean, yes, Sam. I mean, you want to invite some friends over. I mean, maybe you can invite some friends over. I mean, and that's how it feels. I mean, it feels like that. I mean, yes, Sam. I mean, what can you talk about with your friends over here? I mean, talk about different people. I mean, talk about different people. I mean, talk about their lives and structures and what's been going on with everybody's life, and update people totally with your life. And let's see. I mean, update something funny. I mean, say something funny about what just happened recently with you and your wife, or with other people, and love your life differently, and learn to persuade yourself to have different orchestra differently, and learn to enable yourself to live greater. I mean, that's what you need to do. I mean, yes, and so you're enjoying yourself. I mean, what can you do with kids? I mean, kids today, I mean, you get the kid on and say, yeah, I want to teach you this, 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 I'll teach you what this is. I mean, this is this and this is this. I mean, this is what you stay away from, and this is what this is, and this is what this is. All day long. I mean, all day long with kids, yeah? I'll teach you what this is. I mean, this over here is a pot. I mean, you have to close the pot. And this one here, you have to open this, and you have to get some bread, and you can eat some bread if you want. But guess what? I mean, make sure that you tie it up this way. I mean, yes, I mean, you have to be teaching kids all day long. I mean, you have to be teaching them all day long about what everything is, because little kids running across the world and saying, what is everything? I mean, what is this, and what is this, and what is this, and what is this, and tata and mama, and tata and mama. I mean, look at me, and look at me, and look at me. I mean, they want to be important. I mean, that's it. I mean, just like I want to be important as well. I want to be important. I want to be important in the world. I want to have something to do all day long. I mean, do I call my dad? I can call him. I can give him a call and just say, hey, I mean, are you alive? I'm just calling you to see if you're alive. I can call him to see if he's alive and well. I see 0404 323 771. I'm putting my loudspeaker. I see over here. See what's happening. See if he's going to pick up or not. I'm not sure, but see, there you go. See, he never picks up because he's busy. I mean, he's doing something. So anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm learning something different. I'm learning to strategize my way around life. I'm learning to find better deals. I'm learning to see exactly what the trading hours of post office is. And I want to see if the post office is open. I can see, is the post office open? Post office. See post office near me. I see closes soon. I see Miller post office. See, there's a post office in Miller, and it's open. I want to give them a call. I want to call them. See, 13, 13, 18. See, anyway, I'll go and give them a call. I want to see what's happening around the world. So if I understand anything about life, see, my dad just did call me just now. I'm gonna look another call. See, so he may have done a calling on me. Actually, maybe he did call me. So let it be. I'm trying to see anyway what's happening. So a little bit that way. I move on. See, 13, 13, 18. I have to call the post office. I have to see if they're open.
Welcome to Australia Post. Due to the impact of COVID-19, we are experiencing long wait times. Did you know you can find the latest information about our opening hours, manage your deliveries, and redirect your mail online? To avoid waiting in a queue, visit auspost.com.au or download the Australia Post app. How may we assist you today?
I see I need to go and connect to Miller Central.
Is your post office inquiry related to tracking a parcel?
I say no.
Do you need address and opening hours information or something else?
I see yes.
We are currently managing high call volumes and are only able to speak to customers with an urgent inquiry. To help us out, if your call is not urgent, please log your inquiry up.
I see they're open. So it's saying closing soon, but they're open. A little bit that way. Whereas now, what I'm doing now is learning how to penetrate myself to do greater. And I want to listen to some music, and I want to relax, and I want to enjoy myself. I can say just how I feel. I mean, that's just how I feel. So a little bit that way. So anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm looking to eat something. I love I. So what I can eat is some nice and beautiful Weet-Bix or noodles. I'd rather have the nice and beautiful Weet-Bix over here and put some Weet-Bix in my nice and beautiful bag over here. And a little bit that way. But it's more how I feel. That I can have some Weet-Bix for myself. And I have also peanut butter. And I need that for myself. But I'm different. And I'm learning different aspects of life differently, and I'm learning to understand straight away how I need to feel about life. So I just eat 6 of these, can get me up and going for life. I eat 6 Weet-Bix, it's more than enough for me. And I learned something along the way with myself, guys. I'm learning how you guys need to grow, and you need to grow yourself differently, and you have to learn to control yourself in better ways, and you have to understand straight away how you need to grow. So I realized that with anything that's a contract over there in football, whereas certain players have certain contracts, and once their contract expires, they gain an offer from a football team, and it's up to them, and it's their choice whether they want to leave the football club to gain more money or to rise above fame, or whatever happens. But you guys have to understand straight away how it feels to have your life much greater. So I'm actually understanding straight away that sex with other people never fulfills me. But what fulfills me is being able to grow myself differently, and as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for ways to improve. So I'm learning how other people just hate my guts because I'm just something much more fashionable than them. And they never ever care about that, because they never care about how much people I help today. I mean, they care that I said some words to offend them. And people who act like that, and people who act in a way of accordance where they're acting in a way of accordance to something I said before, then guess what? The people who are lost, I should never ever be stuck on the words I said before. Because look at who I am today and what I do today in terms of life to help people. I understand? I'm trying to help people today with the words you say. I'm trying to always wash the cutlery again and again. So my dad washes his cutlery, but I wash it extra before I go eating anything from my dad's cutlery. I wash the cutlery extra. I do an extra washing because sometimes maybe he never did wash the cutlery. So I wash the cutlery again and again. And that's it. Washing now. It's more how I feel. That I need to have myself a spoon. I have a spoon in my bedroom. I have a spoon in my bedroom, but I eat with a fork and spoon, and a little bit that way. I mean, if you can have the best of both worlds, then please do so, because it's more how it is. I remember those days where I was doing drugs and I was listening to techno in the nighttime. I was doing drugs and I was up all night. I was up all night, guys. I was up all night doing drugs and listening to music. I mean, how weird is that? I mean, it's the most freaky stuff you ever see. So anyway, so what I'm doing now is to just move myself forward for today. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning to have myself a blast with myself. I'm learning to help myself to deliver information. So I feel more hungry. So I'm having some bread with some avar. And I can just learn to deal with my life much greater. I see anyway, so it's all nice and beautiful for me. So I'm learning how to grow myself, yeah? I'm learning how different architectures and different ways of being and different ways of doing is all different for me. I'm learning to behave in a better way. I can have some peanut butter and bread or avar. I'd rather have some avar for now. I realize it's more how I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning how to grow. I'm learning how to grow myself. So in the beginning of life, you guys start off life as a little baby, and then you grow up as a little baby, and then something happens where people force you to work a 9-to-5 job, and they're forcing you to work jobs that you never want to work in. So find something that you do want to do and just do that all your life. But since I'm actually going overseas a lot, I realize it works out for me personally to go overseas and to just do what my mum wants me to do over there, and I can just do that. And if I do just what my mum wants me to do, I have a lifestyle, but I'm learning to teach people my way of life. But my mum definitely wants me to do what she wants me to do. I'm foreign shoes, so then in terms of I understand straight away that I'm learning very quickly about how to have myself a helpline always. And I'm learning how to do a great job for myself. So if I do anything to help my life, I understand that I'm learning how to give people service. And since I give people service, I'm learning to give people an individual service of nice and beautiful empathy and ways of moving forward. And I'm learning something different along the way. I'm learning to become the best version of myself, because that's how you live life. I mean, so the best version of myself is something you see now, and I have to work on the physical aspects of life, and to look physically excellent is something I can do straight away. I feel that no matter what, you guys have to develop yourselves, and you have to see straight away what you want to do out of life, and you want to help yourself to enjoy life and see exactly what you can do to succeed differently, and learn to be in the game of life, and learn to appreciate yourself. So it's more how it is. So what you need to do is you're finding strength and you're finding vigor to speak to people via public speaking, and you're just making yourself much more known. And you're making yourself much more known to live life much greater. But I see straight away how you need to create yourself a link. And you have to create yourself to do much greater, in the process of learning. And you have to learn something for nothing. And once you learn something for nothing, then you just eat and you enjoy and eat 2 toasts at a time. So if you are making toast, then eat 2 toasts at a time. Because by the time you make the 4th toast and the 3rd one, then the 2 toasts that you made is already cold. So you can do greater for yourself. See, what you guys need to do is, as you go and live your life, I can say everybody's living their own life and everybody's gone their own ways. And everybody's living their own life today. And I'm trying my best. And people are trying their best as well. But in the same amount of time that I do life is the same amount of time other people do their life as well. And I understand straight away how I'm trying to grow myself. I'm trying to grow the best way I can. I'm trying to do whatever I can to succeed. But I feel that other people make it look easy. And now it is easy. Or it's very easy. But you have to be in the game much more longer than they are. And you have to understand straight away how to grow yourself. So there's plenty of people who are going to step up to be a life coach, to be life coaching out there. And I'm going to try to help you to suss out to make some money on you. They just want to help you to make some money, and then they want to help you for free. Just remember that. In a sense, so for them it's about the money and it's never about you. Understand? Perhaps it may seem like it's about you, but it's never about you. Perhaps that's what they're saying. Perhaps they're saying it's never about you. Perhaps they're saying it's about the money. But for me, it's about you. Perhaps it's solely about you. Because I'm giving you this content for free, guys. Perhaps it's solely about you, guys. I'm very different. I'm also doing my best to succeed. I'm doing my best I can to have a life that's worth living. But does it make me sick that other people are traveling the world while I've only seen so much of life myself? Actually, nah. Actually, never makes me sick. I'm never jealous of them. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they are traveling the world. And I'm happy that they have the success they do. I'm happy. Unfortunately, they say the same for me too. Unfortunately, they're happy for my success. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I'm never missing out on anything, guys. But I'm looking to learn. I'm looking to learn about life. I'm looking to have at least a YouTube channel that's worth it. That I'm growing upon. I'm learning very quickly about helping myself with information to grow. But if I just sit down all day long consuming content from other people, well, it gets boring for me, I promise you. Well, does it really? Well, yeah. I have to produce something too. I have to produce content and consume it. I have to produce content and consume it. Well, I can never just consume content. You understand? But I can always produce content. I can always produce content. So my advantage is both. And sometimes I need to consume content and sometimes I need to produce content. And that's the way it is about life. And all you need to do is grow yourself differently. And you just have to learn how to find yourself much greater throughout life. And just learn that you're never alone. That those who you learn from are successful to some degree. And that's it. They're saying, I just make sure I have more kids than them. I make sure, anyway, that what's important for me is I make sure that I have more than enough success all the time. And I have much more of what I want about life. I have much more of myself. I have a better life. I need a better life always. So that's why I see a better life for myself. And that's how I feel. I feel much more strong. I feel strong. I'm a workhorse in giving people words. And I'm doing my best as well. See, anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm learning something. I'm learning how no excuses. I mean, no excuses about my life, personally. I mean, I look at, for example, Grant Cardone. I'm understanding that he's never Serbian and he's never vegan. I understand that, so I have a greater life in that aspect of life than him. I mean, do you understand? But he never has a dad like my dad. I mean, do you understand? I can say also his dad died when he was younger, and I have my dad for a longer period of time than he does. So I understand I succeed in that too. I mean, you understand? I mean, I never traded my life for his life either. I never traded my life for his life. I have the friends. I have the Serbian crowd around town. And I understand something now. That the Serbian crowd is something that I do have. But I mean, I promise you, if I show up in front of the Serbian crowd, I'm sure they're going to say, oh, fuck, we did. I mean, they have that kind of attitude about me. So, I'll move on. I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm learning to have a better business for myself, especially. I'm learning to help myself to wash dishes whenever I have dishes, so I can do greater. So it's more how I feel. I feel different, and I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm understanding Alan LeBron does an English show. He makes Australia Trance in English. But his first ever episode of Australia Trance was actually in Holland language. He did start his first show with Holland language, and it was just a podcast of sounds. Now it's a nice and beautiful free multi-million-dollar kind of thing going now. I promise you now, you have to understand straight away that if you feel that you're doing much greater for yourself, then make sure that you're learning very quickly about how to help yourself to succeed differently, and learn to appreciate yourself. So I have to brush my teeth, I have to groom myself, I have to have a shower, I have to do all this stuff. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about my art and interest. I'm learning to understand straight away that I'm learning for my life how to live my life, at least being positive. I mean, I'm positive about my life. Promise you, if I never talk all that long words, then how do I live life? I definitely have more words than Grant Cardone in this lifetime. I promise you, I'm speaking more words than all of them in this lifetime. So that's something that I can live much more with. I'm learning that nice and beautiful interest rate of having a shower now. I have a shower so I can learn to appreciate myself, to be clean at least. So I understand something, guys. I never need a cigarette with my dad. I never need to smoke cigarettes because I feel great. without cigarettes, because there's no such thing as one cigarette. I mean, there's no such thing as one cigarette, guys, because that one cigarette is the failure. I promise you. So just deliver content. I can say, so do better.